Welcome to our new session of On the Brink. Um, Actually, I have to start by saying, oh my God, I am Punta Cana right now, and that's in Dominican Republic.
Hello, I'm Donia Moneta, and Kendra is one of my best friends. I love this girl, and just to say it again once more time, I'm so happy to have her here with me and to be here with her. It's like a dream coming true. I mean, like we haven't seen each other for like maybe 2 years or so, but I would have never thought that we actually see each other kind of like out of context. And by that I mean out of our country, like really to a place that we would never thought of being. Like we were just like, okay, I'm going to Punta Cana. Why don't you meet me here? Oh yeah, let's do it. And
We did it.
are.
The main reason actually that brings us here to Punta Cana is because we actually had a wedding happening this weekend. And, everybody's getting married. I don't think I'm the only one. Everybody's getting married. We're trying to talk about love, but then nowadays there's so much love and lust. What's the difference? What do we fall for first? Do we lust before we love? Do we love before we lust?
Good question. Lust is a mixture. It's a mix of emotions, physical attraction, and all that together. You can really compute it with love just because there's emotions involved. You have to also find what do you love. Because people often get into relationship where they say, okay, I'm in love with Casual. I'm in love with her. And then 3 years from then, Casual has changed. She has grown. She has matured. She is discovering herself, and she wants other things. And now the person starts questioning, do I really love her? And at the end of the day, you figure out that no, actually, I was not in love with Casual. I was not in love with who she is. I was in love with the idea of who I thought she was. And that's also a tricky one. I think the time you discover if you lost the person or you love the person is actually if you try to discipline yourself into having a relationship with someone that doesn't involve any kind of physical
Attraction?
no, I mean when you meet someone, interaction.
Love is when a man, or preferably, I guess in this case, the best example would be a father, who's able to sit you down on his lap and still tell you he loves you without feeling any type of way or any sexual attraction to it. It's really a father nurturing and loving you, so that when another man does sit you on his lap and tells you he loves you too, you can make the difference between lust and love, and not be lost in between, because it's really such a simple example, but you just have to try to understand where I'm trying to go and how deep it is. To have a father sit you down on his lap, none of us have had that, or even have a father figure to understand the difference. So, in your own way, try to find the difference between love and lust in your life, and what does it mean to you?
Knowing already from the start how it feels to have a man hug you, kiss you, sit you on his lap with no sexual desires and everything. You know how it feels to have it. You will perfectly know how to make the difference when a man actually grabs you and kisses you and all of that, but he's desiring you in another way. You cannot love somebody if you first don't love yourself.
Exactly.
And it all comes from there. How many of you actually don't love yourself? How many of you actually do love yourself? How can you love somebody else if you don't actually love your own self? And it brings us back to the video that you did on being unapologetic. It's kind of like it brings everything back together.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to say, okay, who am I? And I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write everything that is good about Donia, everything that's really bad about Donia. Be honest with yourself. I mean, you know yourself. You really know yourself. If you can go deeper, you will really know who you are. And don't be afraid. So many people are afraid to face themselves in the mirror and really see who they are. Who am I? I am a mixture of all my experiences in life. I'm a mixture of my mistakes,
Yes.
my highlights,
Yes.
my worst moments,
Mm-hmm.
my pain, my sorrow, my joy. I'm a mix of all of that, and that makes me who I am today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you should never be afraid to face that, and never be ashamed, never be sorry about who you are. And that will answer, okay, who am I? Then I move to what do I want?
Because when you figure out what you love and you find out who you are, there's certain things you can't even accept or allow to happen. Like you said, going back to yourself, finding out who you are, loving yourself inside, then you can face and make the difference between
Love and lust.